And thank you, Darlin, and thank you for everyone for joining today. I'm looking forward to speaking with you. I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm recovering from a cold, so I might sound a little stuffy and my voice is still raspy, so just bear with me today. So let me just minimize so I don't see myself. So from social commerce to influencer marketing and augmented reality, social media landscape always is evolving at a rapid pace, and it can be difficult for many marketers, professors, and students to keep up. But adapting to these new and upcoming trends is really what helps set marketers and businesses apart in the crowded field. So today what I'm going to discuss with you are some of the top social media marketing trends of 2022. There were many more I wanted to include, but we just don't have enough time to cover them all. So I'm hopefully covering some of the ones that you're interested in, including influencer marketing and the creator economy, social commerce, augmented reality, social audio, and podcasts. So let's start with influencer marketing and the creator economy. COVID-19 and the associated lockdowns really caused a shift in how people use social media. And as a result, what we saw is influencer marketing has really skyrocketed, and so much so that it's a staple for many brands' marketing mix today, including the Fortune 500 I've worked with, as well as small and medium-sized businesses. And over the last year, a lot of the social media platforms have been launching creator funds and programs that offer revenue streams for creators to work directly with brands and keep them on their platforms as the creator economy heats up. The programs are actually a natural extension of what was already happening inside many of the platforms, as what you saw in the past as influencers had links to their Venmo or Cash Apps in their bios to get paid for the work. The creator economy today is an estimated $100 billion industry with over 50 million creators worldwide. And it's primarily driven by Generation Z, which are, many of the students that you have in your classroom might be creators of their own. And most likely they've interacted with these creators over the past few years on various social media platforms. This is a really key point in that the creator economy has revolutionized marketing and business strategies as brands really rely on creators to get their messages out. And it's streamlining the influencer advertiser relationship. In years past, you saw this relationship was very transactional, but actually now it's becoming more collaborative and long-term as brands are bringing in creators earlier in the process to leverage them for consulting on their marketing campaigns or new product launches, asking them how they should communicate with their audiences, creating deeper relationships with creators that drive long-term value for their customers. And then lastly, the creator economy has really allowed for everyday social media users to become influencers and earn an income doing so. The biggest trend over the past year with the creator economy has been the rise in the power of micro-influencers. In years past, millions of followers ruled the game, but now it's really about engagement. It's about connecting with those niche audiences, and for those who can create a genuine connection with that engaged audience. And so these are a few creator economy stats from a 2022 report from ConvertKit, where they interviewed 2,700 creators that are benefiting this new market. And I was actually surprised by some of these stats myself. 64% of these were female and 35% identified as male, but 46.7% of these creators were full-time, meaning this was their full-time job. They're not, doing anything else but becoming an influencer and creator. And 42% were part-time and 10.6% were hobbyists. And 66% of all of the creators in the survey earned revenue in 2021. 44% of this earned less than 100,000. However, 58% made more than 25,000. So they can earn a significant income being a creator. And 61 of these creators have experienced some sort of burnout mostly the full-time creators that are resonating with this the most, because the pressure to post content everywhere and always be on, and the content fatigue that goes along with being a creator, and just general pressures, I think, of the pandemic stress. You can imagine how stressful this type of job can actually be. So it really further highlights how many full-time content creators feel inclined to post on a regular basis, regardless of if they feel it's necessary or appropriate, and be responsive to the brands that they're working in, and constantly hustling to try to earn new revenue and new business. Some other interesting statistics from this survey is that the creator economy isn't full of overnight sensations making celebrity level cash, or struggling content creators. Most of them are in the middle income range of 50 to 150,000. Some, whether a creator is full-time or part-time, or creating is just a hobby, there's really money to be made across the entire spectrum. And there's also no one type of content creator or one type of content that performs best. However, some of the top creator types include educators, bloggers, and coaches, followed by writers, artists, designers, marketers, authors, YouTube, and podcasters. And then lastly, in 2021, we saw social media posts, emails, long form and short form content and videos coming from creators. And the top channel for engagement is Instagram. And so now I'm going to walk through some of the new platform features for some of the leading platforms. And by the way, everything I'm discussing today is included in my textbook, and many of the updates that were made this spring that you'll see roll out in the new textbook over the next month or so. So while you'll have access to the slides, you'll also be able to find much of this information in some of the chapters in the textbook. So let's start with Facebook and Instagram. So YouTube and Instagram have had paid influencers or paid creators since the early 2000s. However, over the last few years, other platforms like Facebook and Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter, Pinterest, and even LinkedIn are trying to position themselves as challengers. Many of you may have seen that last year, CEO Mark Zuckerberg of Meta announced that by the end of 2022, Facebook and Instagram would be investing $1 billion into creator monetization programs. They also introduced, which you see here on the top left-hand screenshot, a collabs manager platform where brands can reach out and work directly with creators for branded content partnerships. And I don't want to tease too much of what's to come, but if you can imagine how this has really eliminated the need for influencer marketing agencies, as brands are able to collaborate with influencers directly on the platforms. So it's really challenged the market a little bit. And so with Facebook, there's bonus features where creators can earn money based on performances for their posts. They can also participate in a challenge. They can earn money with in-stream ads, paid online events, and even live video experiences. And actually, they can charge guests to register and attend their paid online events and receive an income that way. And then something new that we've seen across a few different platforms are subscriptions, where influencers or creators can earn a monthly income through subscriber-only live events, special discounts, groups, and newsletters that are distributed to these followers. I'm sure, as you see with me, as I have seen across LinkedIn, I get invited to accept an invite for a newsletter every week, it seems. So some of the creators are really starting to capitalize on these new features. And now Instagram, they rolled out similar opportunities for creators to make money off content. And the idea is for creators and influencers to stay active in their platforms. So these platforms are really investing in these programs so that they increase engagement, they keep people staying in the platform, they keep users users engaging with these influencers and creators on these platforms. So some of the features that Instagram has are Instagram Live badges, which is, I think, this top right image here. And when someone is live on Instagram, a user can send a monetary tip during a live stream. They also introduce the image on the bottom right here, shops for creators who can actually, for the first time ever, sell directly to brands. And you can check out all within the Instagram app. They also offer in-stream video ads, branded content, affiliate program, and bonuses. And one of the most popular features for creators and influencers today is the Instagram Reels bonus program. And this is where creators can earn money based on the performance of their Instagram Reels. And so the payout is actually calculated by the number of views a creator gets on their Reels over the course of a 30-day period in the program. So now I'm going to touch upon TikTok and Snapchat, starting with TikTok. So as you all know, TikTok is a very unique platform. I think it was probably one of the first where everyday users had the chance to go viral. And it's really redefined who can be a creator today. Some of the features that TikTok has for creators, similar to the others, they've also created a monetization program called the Creator Next program. And there's currently a fund of $200 million, but it's estimated that that will reach up to $1 billion in the next 3 years, and it will more than double that number globally. So they're really investing in monetization for creators, encouraging them to use their platform. They also have a creator marketplace. It's a screenshot on the bottom right here that you see. And it's, again, an official platform for brands and creators to collaborate on TikTok. They also offer creators video and live gifting. So if there's a creator going live on TikTok, myself as someone in the live or watching the live, I can actually send them a monetary tip directly to their profile if I like their content. And then lastly, they rolled out a new feature in the last year called Spark Ads. And this is unique in that it allows brands to convert user and influencer generated content into an ad and then promote that on the For You page in TikTok, helping them gain more visibility. So in the past, they would probably have to reach out to an influencer and collaborate with them, but instead they can find influencers or creators naturally creating this content and turn it directly into an ad from that creator. And then next, I'll talk about Snapchat. In late 2020, in response to TikTok and Instagram Reels, Snapchat launched their own similar platform called Spotlight. And that's the image you see in the top left here. And to allow for monetization, they Snap users, when they're watching these videos, they can give crystals to users, and then creators can cash in these crystals for money. They also offer Spotlight challenges where Snapchatters can win prizes for submitting top performing Spotlight content that meets specific criteria. And then similarly to other platforms, which you see here in the bottom left, they also have a creator marketplace where businesses can partner directly with creators in a scaled and seamless way. And then lastly, Spark Ads allow for an ad to be promoted from the creator's page, similar to Spark Ads. That's the image from TikTok, which allows the ad to be placed from the creator's page. Great, and then Pinterest has really started to position themselves as a home to creators. They also launched a creative fund in 2021. They're investing $1.2 million in creative through cash grants and ad credits and equipment that they offer them. But unlike creator funds from other platforms, Pinterest actually rewards, their rewards are based on creativity, as they're vying for engagement as opposed to views and likes. Creators on Pinterest can tag shoppable products, add affiliate links, and include a brand partnership in an idea pin. And for Twitter, they were one of the early launchers back in 2013. If many of you are familiar with Twitter Amplify, where publishers and creators could earn revenue through pre-roll ads. They're actually just launched a new feature called Super Follows, or they're beta testing it right now, but we expect that it will come out in the upcoming year. And Super Follows will allow Twitter users to charge followers and give them access to exclusive content. So if I'm a creator on Twitter, or if I have a Twitter account, I would charge and give them access to exclusive tweets, access to maybe a community group. They could subscribe to my newsletter, and followers can give them a badge to indicate their support. They're also launching a tipping feature where creators can charge for audio-based events within ticketed spaces. And they also similarly have creator funds and program. They have accelerator initiatives called the Twitter Spaces Spark program, and other perks such as $2,500 in ad credits for audio events, early access to new products and features, community support. And now let's talk about YouTube. YouTube for years was known as the best platform for creators to make money via ad revenue and video advertisers. So it was one of the early, it was really one of the early platforms where you saw influencers start to make their mark on the world. And some of the more well-known influencers today started on YouTube and migrated to many of the other platforms. So today they have the YouTube Partner Program. They have super chat and super stickers where fans can purchase or gift creators. They have channel memberships, partnership opportunities, and more. And then last year they introduced the YouTube Shorts Fund, dedicating over $100 million to creators over the course of 2021 and 2022. And they reward creators whose shorts, which is similar to an Instagram story video, receive the most engagements and views. And then lastly, LinkedIn, they have a new creator mode profile feature. I don't know if you've seen it on anyone's profile, but it's something at the top of your LinkedIn that you can click to turn on and activate. And this lets you know that your profile is a source for inspiring content. It also gives you streamlined access to different creator tools like newsletters and LinkedIn Live, audio events, and creator analytics as well. And like other social media platforms, in 2021, LinkedIn announced a 10-week accelerator program for creators with a $25 million investment. And they offer coaching, access to new products and resources, opportunity to be featured on LinkedIn channels, and a $15,000 grant to creators. So I know that's a lot about the platforms, but you can see that they're all really investing in this new creator economy and trying to keep up with each other and creating similar features to entice creators to spend time on their platforms. So now I'm going to go over a use case. Many of your students may know of the brand Revolve. It's a next generation fashion retailer for millennials and Generation Z. And they are probably one of the well-known brands that leverage influencers to grow into the true fashion powerhouse that they are today. And so they rely on thousands and thousands of influencers who increase their brand amplification and customer acquisition. And in fact, their influencers drive 70% of all of their sales, which is truly amazing. And the reason behind the success that Revolve has had over the past few years is they know their target audience. They know that millennials gravitate towards brands that resonate closely with their interests. And social media is really a platform to build those emotional connections with their followers. And as a result, followers trust the opinions of these influencers. They also meet the target audience where they are. So they realize that millennials and younger generations, they no longer rely on magazines for fashion inspiration. They turn to Instagram, they turn to TikTok, they turn to their leading social media platform for influence, for fashion influence. And so they meet them where they're shopping. They also are very selective and work with influencers on a long-term basis. They don't just work with any influencer. They're very strategic in the influencers that they select, and who they're going to work with each year. And they have a strategy for adequately managing each influencer. Some influencers are just invited to single events, while others are offered long-term partnerships where they become the exclusive face of a clothing line, or a particular product. In terms of compensation, Revolve influencers are offered a variety of different compensation. They're offered free clothing. They'll pay for all expense paid trips. They give them monetary compensation, or a combination of many of these in exchange for promotion of the product on their accounts. They have the luxury to work with thousands of influencers to little to no cost now, because if you're an up and coming influencer, working with Revolve can really elevate your personal brand and kind of put you on the map. So it's not a one-to-one relationship. The influencers get a lot out of it as well. And then two more features, they go beyond just social media. So they engage their audiences through music festivals. They have their own event called the Revolve Festival. It's a concert and pool party that happens every year, headlined by top artists. And so they just invite these influencers, and naturally the influencers wear Revolve clothing. They're posting pictures of themselves at the events behind like Revolve branding. So it's really this invite only exclusive event that everyone wants to go to. And then they naturally get a lot of user generated content from these influencers because of it. In 2019, they actually provided clothes to more than 250 influencers at the Revolve Festival, and they gained 130,000 Instagram followers over this time period. And then lastly, in 2022, they launched an ambassador program, and that's the image that you're looking at here. And this is to create community-driven market opportunities, and it allows potential influencers to apply to become a brand ambassador, where they'll operate as an influencer, win rewards, earn commission, get early access to new brands, the opportunity to participate in these events. They can also create customized storefronts where they add their favorite Revolve products and can earn a revenue based on the sales of those products. And when they first did a soft launch of this new program, they had a waiting list of over 10,000 applicants. So you can see how this brand has really become known for using influencers to generate traffic and to generate 70% of their revenue. And then another example is Ruggable. And again, these examples are in my textbook, but this is a company who in 2022 partnered with Bachelor franchise contestants who are considered an influencer marketing goldmine these days because of their target audiences and their mass number of followers. And so they launched a campaign to promote their latest line of shag rugs. It featured 14 former Bachelorette contests posing with pictures alongside their line of new shag rugs, making jokes with the hashtag softer side. And the campaign doubled its engagement rate goal with over 100,000 likes and comments. And there's a quote from the Ruggable CMO that these Bachelor franchise influencers have some of the best performing posts for Ruggable. They have a unique command across their social channels and traditional television, and you end up falling in love with them quite literally. And now this is an example of a brand, it's a rug company that you wouldn't think would be partnering with influencers, but this type of campaign, no matter the type of business, can be very effective for marketers today. I'm just going to take a sip of water. And for each of these categories I'm going to speak with you about today, I have some example class assignments, and these are also available within the resources for my textbook. And so a few of these are, creating or participating in a TikTok hashtag challenge, creating branded content, having students, create a video featuring a product or service or brand of their liking, and then creating an influencer marketing strategy for a brand. And you'll see in those class assignments, there are more details involved. These are just the shorter versions of that. Okay, so social commerce. Imagine a world where social media experiences and online shopping seamlessly come together, revolutionizing how and where and when we shop. So if you look at this example, Sarah wakes up, she buys breakfast with the simple click when she saw that her go-to coffee shop posted a new breakfast special. She checked out with one tap, all within the app. At work, she checked her phone, and her brother invited her to buy wine through the app's group buying feature to get a discount. Further, in the day when she was at work, during lunch, she was with her friend. She tried on sunglasses using AR technology. She then shared that in a video chat with her friends, helping her decide which ones looked best on her. And then after work, she met her friend Chloe for a workout. And Chloe asked her where she got her leggings, and she sent her a link to purchase them from her storefront that she personally curated within her app. And then she earned a commission based on that purchase. And then at night, she's scrolling through her phone and she watches a live stream from one of her favorite creators demonstrating her new hair dryer, and she instantly buys it from the video. And so what's happening here? This is really the power of social commerce in action. It's radically different from traditional commerce. It taps into the power of people and community, and it weaves the shopping experience into our everyday lives. And so what is social commerce? With the introduction of social commerce, social media is a natural place where many consumers, specifically millennials and Generation Z, prefer to shop. It's the use of social networking websites to promote and sell products and services. And it means that a person's entire shopping experience from discovery to purchase takes place on social media. In 2020, Facebook and Instagram really led the way with Instagram shops and Facebook shops, where it opened a new realm of possibilities for businesses to increase revenue and with consumers to discover and purchase new products, all with a swipe of a finger. In a 2022 study from Accenture, which are some of the stats that you see here on the right-hand side of the screen, said that social commerce is going to grow 3 times as fast as traditional commerce. So for students, for marketers, for brands who are not taking this seriously, they need to, or else they're going to be left behind. And it's going to more than double from 492 billion to 1.2 trillion in 2025. So it's really growing at a fast pace. And this growth is primarily driven by millennials and Generation Z. And so over the past few years, leading social media platforms have rolled out new shopping features like in-platform shops, shoppable products, shoppable videos, in-app catalog, in-app checking out, live shopping, catalogs with the ability to try on and shop products with AR lenses and more. And so I don't know if time will allow us, but I do have a summary of some of the top features from some of these leading platforms. I'll maybe do a reduced version and share the notes with you afterwards so you can get the more in-depth version of all of these. But Facebook is one of the top social commerce platforms today. They have 56.1 million buyers in 2021. They have Facebook Shops, which allows businesses to set up a free online store. Customers can locate, browse, and purchase from shops directly from their Facebook page, or find them via stories or ads without ever leaving the app. They also rolled out, which is the picture you see here in the top center, live shopping through Facebook Live videos, where you can instantly purchase the product that somebody is demonstrating through their live video. With Instagram, 70% of shoppers look to Instagram for their next purchase. They also have Instagram shops because they're owned by Meta. And some of the features that that Instagram has are collections where you can curate different products like new arrivals or seasonal products, product detail pages, checkout directly within the Instagram app, product tags. You can create an ad with a product tag within that ad. Businesses can also do product launches directly through Instagram or Instagram collaborations. Snapchat has a public profile feature where brands can share shoppable products directly within the app and create a native store. If they have a Shopify store, they can link to that native store. But what's really unique about Snapchat is users can try on and buy products with an AR shopping lens. And this is something that has been announced over the past year. And in 2021, when that was announced, the lenses were used by over 150 million Snapchatters, engaging with them over 5 billion times. So you can really see how brands, like the Prada example, seen here on the screen, can leverage AR to engage with Snapchatters in an immersive way. They have a dress up feature in their app where users can quickly find that feature and try on clothing from some leading brands or their favorite sunglasses or shoes. It's a really great feature. And then quickly for Pinterest, this platform is really about discovery and action. It's a platform that naturally over the past few years, users have gone to for shopping, and they spend 2 times more per month on shopping than other leading platforms. And so they have a verified merchant program. They have product pins that enable shopping directly within pins. They have shoppable tags. They also have AR try-on tools. And in 2022, they also announced a new shopping feature called Your Shop. It's a section of the Pinterest page where users can browse and shop and buy an environment catered to their unique tastes. And then lastly, TikTok. Have you heard of the hashtag TikTok made me buy it? If not, ask your students. I'm sure that they've purchased something on TikTok or used the hashtag before, but shopping is a vital, TikTok is a vital channel for shopping and businesses to leverage to increase revenue. And TikTok users are actually 1.7 times more likely to discover products through the app. They have a suite of solutions and offers. And they also have a full commerce solution where brands can work directly with TikTok, and TikTok will manage everything from the product upload to the point of purchase, shipping, and fulfillment for many brands. So this is one of the first companies to do that full end-to-end service. And you can see how these social media platforms are evolving beyond just social media, right? They're becoming online retailers for brands. Brands can work with third-party partners to connect their product catalog through TikTok partnership, like a Shopify account. They can also add product links, and they also have live shopping as well. Quickly for YouTube and Twitter, YouTube recently launched shoppable ads and the ability to shop directly with live. And then Twitter has not yet rolled out any live shopping, but that's expected in the coming year. All right, and so here are some class assignments. I won't spend too much time going through them because we have a lot to cover today. But one is a week in the life of, where students know every time they interact with a brand, write down the product name and the product, and they record a video summarizing it. And the second is TikTok made me buy it. And they create their own TikTok video featuring some of the top products that they've purchased on TikTok or have been influenced by on TikTok. Okay, so augmented reality. This is the third point I want to cover today. When you think of AR and social media, you often think of Snapchat or Instagram filters on your face. My 3-year-old daughter loves the filters. It really amuses her. But AR is is becoming mainstream, and it's evolving from just filters. And so today, social media is seeing this rise in adoption of augmented reality and virtual reality, as users are demanding better and immersive experiences, and these technologies make that happen. So augmented reality lenses, filters, and games, these have been around for a few years now. But now some of the leading platforms like TikTok and Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram, they're leveraging augmented reality for live events, for shopping experiences, as COVID-19 drove many retailers to reinvent how customers try on and try out products. At the 2022 Snap Annual Partner Summit, which just happened in May, the CEO of Snapchat, Evan Spiegel, shared how the company has evolved over the years, and that they had 6 billion daily interactions with augmented reality lenses on their platform. And they are now considering themselves an AR platform, no longer just a social media platform. So they've reinvented themselves over the past few years. A good use case for augmented reality is in 2022, which is the picture you see on the upper right-hand corner, where ice cream brand Ben & Jerry's, they celebrated 30 years of the cookie dough flavor, and they launched a popsicle ice cream, the cookie dough Peace Pop. And to create awareness for this new ice cream and pop, they partnered with Snapchat to create an immersive experience. They leveraged augmented reality. They transported Snapchatters into a colorful festival with music and dancing cows and a cookie dough Peace Pop that you could pop for fun. And next, I'm just going to share this 1-minute video of how Shake Shack partnered to push the boundaries between augmented reality and also social commerce. So you'll see both of these featured in this quick video.
We're focused on pushing the boundaries of how augmented reality can interact with customers in the physical world. My favorite part about the collaboration between Snap and Shake Shack is that you have two brands that have such passionate communities, and they're coming together to create something that ultimately is just a lot of fun. We brought the full capabilities of Snapchat AR to the Shake Shack restaurant. From the moment they enter to ultimately when they pick up their food, the entire restaurant has AR experiences that amplify the customer journey. The only way that you can get the merchandise that is available at the Snap Shack is through a Snapchat e-commerce lens.
Snap and Shake Shack are both very focused on creating great experiences for our guests. And AR is sort of a new way of delivering hospitality. It's a new way of delivering experiences and engagement for guests. So this is the ultimate expression of that, to be able to come in here and engage with these great lenses. It's really exciting. Shake Shack has really moved to a much more digital company. We think AR could be the next iteration of that. We see that as a natural evolution. We're excited to see how that can work for our guests going forward.
You have a physical world experience that's made all that much better because of the AR experiences.
Great. And this use case is also in the textbook. Okay, 2 more. I know we're getting close on time, and I do want to allow for questions. So this is just a class assignment for augmented reality, having them use Snapchat to try on products. Whoops. Okay. So social audio, the pandemic was really a breeding ground for the growth of social audio. In 2020 and 2021, many of us watched as users flocked to Clubhouse, which is an invite-only social audio platform. However, early in 2021, they reached a peak of 10 million monthly users. But then by April of that year, it was only downloaded 900,000 times. So Clubhouse rose very quickly, but then also declined very quickly. And Facebook announced in 2021 that they were investing in live audio rooms and podcasts, only to remove support for podcasts 10 months later. And they're folding the live audio room feature into live video. But despite these declines, I think this one is pretty debatable among many marketers or social media experts today. There is compelling evidence to suggest that some of the elements of social audio will endure as social platforms really evolve beyond Clubhouse. It seems that the future is really in connecting to niche audiences and in audio events. And in a Hootsuite survey, 74% of businesses said that they were planning to invest in audio only content in 2022 and beyond. And what they will invest in is hosting audio live streams with thought leaders, and that's the most popular strategy. So with the pandemic, LinkedIn, I think, has seen the biggest rise in live events hosted on its platform. It increased 150% year over year. And they launched their own Clubhouse-like audio events platform, which enables users to tune into live discussions, participate by raising their hand virtually, join as a speaker, really reinventing themselves. And the second platform is Twitter Spaces. And this lets you listen and engage in live audio conversations. And it provides a venue where you can join and participate in an interesting events from relevant public speakers and regular users of Twitter. You can also host your own Twitter space to engage and converse with your Twitter followers directly. And then lastly, they recently launched super follows, which are exclusive to paid subscribers. So another revenue stream for creators. And lastly, I know we're running short on time, but today, podcasts. I have an entire section in my book on podcasts. I wanted to highlight this because over the course of the last few years with the pandemic, I think that podcasts have really risen to the forefront. Today, there's over 2.5 million active podcast shows in 65 million episodes. It's also considered really sticky content, with 80% of people listening to all or most of an episode. And so when it comes to social media behavior, podcast listeners are more active and they're more likely to follow companies, influencers, and brands. And speaking of influencers, what we've seen is the rise of influencer podcasts as well. So it's not just traditional social media channels where marketers are leveraging influencers. These influencer live podcasts are proving to be very successful, and many marketers are taking notice. Brands are capitalizing on these influencer-led podcasts by having them endorse their brand or product on air, creating advertising with them, because many listeners of influencer-led products really regard their hosts as credible, and they're more responsive to hearing advertisements from somebody that they see as credible. So 63% of people purchase what the podcast hosts promote, which is a pretty incredible return on your investment, right? 63% have purchased. So some highlights with podcast influencers. Influencer Logan Paul has one of the top podcasts globally. I mentioned Bachelorette contestants. They're very popular influencers, and many of them have podcasts of their own. And there's also a new podcast network called Ramble, which are the images you see here in blue. And it's the first network exclusively dedicated to influencers like Charlie and Dixie, Emma Chamberlain, and more. And brands can work directly with Ramble for advertising. And so I'll quickly just touch upon advertising with podcasts, which is all also now covered in my textbook. It's something new that you'll see with the latest update, but some great statistics on podcast advertising, some of the ad formats, and then the ad placements with pre, mid-roll, and post-roll ads. So I won't spend too much detail on them now. Also in the textbook, I cover some of the top branded podcasts. Southwest Airlines took a unique approach to podcasts in 2021 as they debuted a podcast called Is This Seat Open, where two employees focus on real stories of things that happen in the air, including high stakes arm wrestling, planes full of dogs, Decades of Go-Go Boots. So it's a really interesting brand take on a podcast. Some others include Sephora's Lip Stories, McDonald's. They created their own investigative podcast. And then the CEO of Escape Fitness created his own Escape Your Limits podcast, where he interviews bodybuilders and MMM fighters and fitness entrepreneurs. So you can really see how brands are investing in this platform to engage with their audiences in a unique way. Okay, and then some class assignments. This is also available in the textbook, is to create your own podcast. So something fun that students might enjoy doing as an assignment. Other ideas, students could analyze a brand's podcast. They could analyze an influencer's podcast, listen to and analyze some of the advertisements that they hear on podcasts. So there's a lot of opportunities with assignments surrounding podcasts. And with that, I will end with a quote that says, "The only constant in social media is not that constant. Adapting to the ever-changing social media trends can really set students, marketers, and business apart in a crowded field." So, Darlin, do we have time for questions? I know we might be short on time, but
we'll do a few just really quickly. Our next session doesn't start until 11 Mountain Time, so we'll have a few moments.
Great.
But first question we got was, could students use influencer marketing for enhancing their employability post-graduation from their program? As in, can they use influencer marketing as one of the methods for soft targeting companies that they're interested in working for?
Yeah, I mean, which brand or business doesn't want an influencer as their employee? I would just advise students, just make sure that, if you are going to apply for a company, it's a brand that you really believe in and you resonate with, and one that you would be willing to promote on your channels if that's the type of partnership you're looking to offer. But yeah, I mean, influencers are thought leaders too, and can participate in employee advocacy for the company. They can attend speaking sessions for the company. So from an employer standpoint, myself, coming from the industry world, I would love to hire an influencer if anyone's interested in a job.
Awesome. We have another question about when you have students use or making social posts. Do you have them post on their personal accounts, create a class account, or have them submit them offline?
Is this for the class assignments, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah, so for many of the class assignments, I wouldn't require them to post the actual video on their platforms unless they wanted to, but they could record a video and download it. Like on Snapchat, you could record a snap, share it to your phone, upload it to the LMS, and have a class discussion on the LMS. But if they are willing and they do want to share it on their platform, you could encourage them to do that as well. But most of the time, I wouldn't require that.
Okay, so I guess that kind of, the next question was about like, how do you collect all these videos, but you do it in your LMS. So
yeah. So within the assignments that I have connected to my textbook, most of them say download the video and upload it to the LMS for a discussion.
Gotcha. All right. Our last question is, how heavily do you focus on the negative aspects of social media, such as mental health issues, body image issues, censorship, etc.? So this person said that they've taught and consulted in social media, but it's challenging to stay enthusiastic because of these negative factors. But I feel like the need to be aware of all these negative factors is a part of social media.
Yeah, so I try to, in terms of my book, I try to keep it a little bit more positive. I do touch upon I do touch upon privacy concerns with Facebook and some of the other platforms. But yeah, I tend to try to keep it positive, but also there are some areas of the textbook where it's like pros and cons of using social media, pros and cons of engaging with influencers. So I definitely touch upon a few of the cons and the negatives, but overall, I try to keep things positive because you can get wrapped up very quickly in the negative side of social media. But I do think it's important for them to be aware of these.
Yeah, that's so true. All right, one more question came in. It's a quick one. We've got, which social platform do you think is the most used for marketing?
Well, that depends on the type of business. So if you're a B2B business, I would say it's LinkedIn. The stats in terms of advertising, I think it's about 93% use Facebook for advertising. So many B2C companies, I would say Facebook and Instagram still lead the pack, with Snapchat and Twitter closely following that. Depends on the
Awesome.
industry too. So I think in my textbook there is a graph that shows the platforms and the type of industry you are in and the leading platforms that they leverage for each.